Hi, it's Denise Duffield-Thomas here, money mindset mentor and creator of the Money Bootcamp. Welcome to my brand new workshop where I'm going to share with you 7 of the most common money blocks and how you can eliminate them. Over the last decade, my books, events, and courses have helped thousands of women release their money blocks, earn more, and create their first-class lives. In my flagship money mindset training program, the Money Bootcamp, we go through a very proven process to clear beliefs and stories around your money past, review your current money habits and blocks, and look at your limitations and envision a new money future of abundance and ease for you and your business. Along the way, we go deep into your relationship with money, and I give you the tools and techniques to take your money mindset to the next level. But in today's training, I really want to focus in on some of your current money situations and the money blocks that could be holding you back. All right, so let me share with you some of the most common money blocks I see holding back women today. Mistake and block number 1, bartering. Now, this means giving away your services for free and swapping them with other people. Now, I want you to draw a line in the sand around bartering and say no more. Because trust me, if you make that commitment today, you're going to get 3 emails in the next 24 hours of people asking you to barter. They might be asking you to do your course for free or swap a service for your service. And it's going to come up because it's just a test from the universe. No more bartering, no more swapping. The reason why is because you need to get used to receiving actual money for what you do. It doesn't matter if it's of equal value. It doesn't matter if it's something that you actually do want. It doesn't matter if you feel like you can't afford to buy something right now and so you're swapping for it. I'm really challenging you to do a line in the sand because you want to say to the universe, I'm open for business and I'm open to receiving money. So get very, very clear on what your time is worth. If you're willing to overcome that block and say no more bartering, this is a really important one to do. And if you listen to nothing else, I want you to do that. Because when you say to the universe, like, oh, I want a new car, or I want $10,000 to show up, and I want this, but then you're willing to barter for it, this is showing the universe that you're not willing to receive money. Okay, so no more bartering. You got it? You agree? Awesome. The next thing I want you to look at is bargaining with the universe about what you're willing to give up for money. Now, this is just as dangerous as bartering for your time and services for free. And let me give you an example. One time we upgraded to this amazing apartment that was overlooking the water. But when I went to see it, I remember saying, oh my God, I really want this place so much. Like, I'm willing to give up like yoga. I won't go to yoga anymore. I won't buy any more clothes anymore. I won't buy any makeup ever. I promise I won't do any more trips next year. Instead of saying, hang on, why can't I have both? Why can't I have all of those things and this new apartment? So I want you to see where you are doing this and bargaining with the universe about what you're willing to give up, because it really shows the belief that you can't have everything. Okay, let's move on to the next block, sending mixed messages to the universe. Okay, so you might be saying things like, oh, I really want to make $100,000 this year, but I'll be happy with 30. Or I really want to have 100 people in my course, but I'll be happy with 10. Do you see how those mixed messages really, really set up some bad manifesting mojo? Because you only get what you're given. So if that's something you're doing, stop it right now. You have to be congruent and not chicken out with your goals. So just get really clear on what you actually want, and you might have to work on some of your money blocks for that too. All right, the next block is being too generous with other people. Now, this usually means that you're actually not being generous enough to yourself. Perfect example of this. So Tash, one of my Money Bootcampers, she said that every time she went out for dinner or lunch with a friend, she would always be the one to pick up the bill. And this happened again and again. I hear this from a lot of entrepreneurial women, especially ones who are leaders. They're always the one who's like, oh no, let me get this, let me get this, let me get this. And they won't allow themselves to receive in return. And then some people even take advantage of that and they don't even offer anymore. So you might be feeling a little bit resentful about that, but this is actually a receiving thing. It could be showing up in other ways too. Maybe your kids have the best of everything, or your partner has the best of everything and you're left with nothing. And this very much ties in to guilt with a lot of women too, and the martyrdom syndrome. I will go last and I will get the crumbs and everyone else deserves the best. Well, as you can guess, this is blocking you from going to the next level of income. Now, if this is you, next time you're at lunch or at dinner, I want you to go to the bathroom or sit on your hands and just ignore it. Don't be the first to pick it up. I want you to practice receiving. If your friend said, let me get the coffee this time, don't go, no, let me get it. You say, thank you. That's really nice of you. You practice receiving. Okay, next block is overindulging. Now, it could be that you're overindulging in food or money or even social media at the moment, or just spending money on things that you don't necessarily need to spend money on. It could be courses that you don't really need. I call this procrastinating, by the way. Or it could be something else. So let me give you a common scenario around this, right? You might be out shopping and you look at your bank account and you know exactly how much you've got. Now, the first time you hand over your card, you get a bit of a sick feeling thinking, should I spend money? Should I spend money? And then you go, yeah, I'm going to do it. Then the next time you hand over your card, it's a little bit easier. And then the next time and the next time. Then you find yourself thinking, how much money have I got left in my account? And then you spend it all. Now, not everyone does this. Some personalities do and they don't. But I've done this when I've had $5 left in my bank account. I thought, what can I buy? I'll buy a smoothie for $5. And I cleaned out my account. Now, you might have the exact same feeling if you indulge in something like food or chocolate or wine. You might feel a little bit sick and guilty. And you know what this block is? It's about being uncomfortable having excess money. It's about being uncomfortable having more than you need. And I really suggest that you overcome this by setting up a new zero for your bank account. Maybe allowing yourself to have a buffer. That could be your new zero, so you don't have to give it all away. Now, obviously, there's some underlying stuff there about maybe not feeling like you've been taken care of. And then that's how you make yourself feel better by saying, I deserve it. Now, I want to tell you about one of my money boot camps, Nicole. Now, she was hesitant to join boot camp initially because she actually didn't think there was that much wrong, but she was actually really terrified to look at some of her bank accounts because it felt really, really overwhelming to her. What she had to do was heal her relationship with having excess money because every time she had a little bit of savings as a kid, one of her brothers would steal it or her parents would borrow the money. And she realized that it didn't feel safe for her to have excess money. And so as an adult, she pushed it away, she spent it, and she indulged so she didn't have to deal with those negative consequences. That's the kind of mindset that we do in Money Bootcamp. Okay, so let's go back to the other blocks. Next block is giving your power away to others. Now, when I was researching my first book, Lucky Bitch, I was looking at celebrities because a lot of us don't really know many wealthy women in our real lives, and I never did. You might have had wealthy parents or you might know somebody who was wealthy, but I didn't know anybody. So I was looking at celebrities to see what we could learn from them. And I noticed all of these trends of women who got into trouble with their money because of contracts or people in their lives ripping them off, even business advisors or lawyers and things like that. And I really noticed how often we as women give our power away to men in our lives. I've done it myself too. I thought, honey, can you just deal with that? I don't want to look at it. Can you just fix up the credit card? I don't want to look at it. And then if something went wrong, I'd be like, what? What did you do? And he goes, well, you weren't interested. So if I made a mistake, I made a mistake. So I want you to think, where in your life are you giving your power away to other people? It could be your husband, your partner, your girlfriend, or your wife. They deal with the money, you have your head in the sand. Maybe you don't know how much money you make, how much you spend, how much debt you have, etc., etc. Now, if you're in a business, maybe you give your power away like by letting other people set your prices. That's another form of giving power away as well. Now, let's say that most people that I have met have these kind of money blocks, and a lot of people are not charging what they're worth. The problem is when you ask other people their opinion on your prices, you're really setting yourself up to take on their money blocks as well. That's another form of giving away your power to other people. Now, I've had even people email me this week and say, your money bootcamp costs too much. And for a second, I felt a bit guilty about it. And then I was like, you know what? The price is a price. If I let every single other person set that price for me, I'm giving away my power to this woman, that woman, everyone's opinions. So you might even be giving your money power away to your friend. Your friend might be going, oh my God, I can't believe you're charging that. And she might not even be an entrepreneur, but you feel bad. You don't have to take on other people's emotions and feelings about their money blocks. It really is about how it makes you feel. You really have to stand in your own power around money and know that you're worth it. The next block is never allowing yourself to save money. Now, I think every entrepreneur should have a savings account, even if you start with a tiny, tiny amount that you feel comfortable with, just to give you that feeling of abundance, even if it's $5. Now, you remember when you were a little kid and your parents said you have to eat everything on your plate? That's why a lot of us are so uncomfortable having that extra money. We feel like we should give it away to someone else who deserves it more or somebody who needs it. So you might be someone who set up a tiny little savings account and then you raid it or you give it away. But I want you to acclimatize yourself to having more money. It's highly symbolic, even if it's a tiny little bit. And then stretch your comfort zone a little bit more. So I started off with $5 a week and then it was like $7 and then it was 10 and I was like, oh no. Then I went to 13 and then 17 and I kept on increasing it every couple of weeks as I felt more comfortable having money. Now this happened with my Money Bootcamper Michelle, who not only was able to increase her income, but also clear her debts so she could start building up savings to buy her dream house. Now she started talking about this historical money story about her family always going through feast or famine. And it was almost scary for her to have a little bit of a buffer because she thought that if she was too comfortable, she actually wouldn't be ambitious in her business. Now she's cleared that and she's well on her way to actually being debt-free and having a savings account as well. All right, so this is the last block and probably the most important one. And this is when you're surrounding yourself with people with a poverty mindset. It could be people who complain about money or people who are scared and don't work on their money blocks. Maybe you stay in a mastermind that you've outgrown or allow your friends and family to pull you down around money and make you feel bad about having big goals. There's a really easy way to overcome this, and that is to surround yourself with an abundance mindset. There's lots of different ways you can do this, but I just want to say be careful who you're hanging out with. I'm not saying give up your friends, but just notice when they're talking about money in a negative way. Don't sit around and complain with them. Don't participate in it. If you're in a mastermind and you know that you've outgrown it, you have to go to the next level. If everyone around you is talking about startup problems or getting your first client and you want to have $1 million business, it's a mismatch. Now, if you're constantly clearing your money blocks, you are going to grow really quickly. You might be growing quicker than other people around you at the moment. So you really have to upgrade the environments that you put yourself in. You need to surround yourself with people who are talking about things like raising your prices or doubling your income or going to 6 or 7 figures. They're the people you need to be around. Now, it's not about necessarily, you don't have to quit everything and let go of everything, but maybe you take on a different role. Maybe you take on a mentorship in that program, or maybe you join a different group. Now, I've known when I've surrounded myself with people who have bigger businesses than me, it really excites me, and I want to have a $10 million business. So I want to be around people who talk like that. Is it scary? Yes. Does it stretch you? Absolutely. So I really want you to consider what groups you're putting yourself into. And it's the same if you're in a job right now, but you want to be an entrepreneur. Don't sit in the lunchroom and complain with people who are not going where you're going. You've got to put yourself in situations with people who are positive, who are going to lift you up rather than drag you down. Okay, so how do you find those people? Well, there's a couple of different ways. You can join a mastermind group, you can start your own, you can go to amazing conferences, etc., etc. The other thing you can do, however, is come and join my Money Bootcamp. This is a brilliant group full of women who are all looking to raise their money consciousness. You can find out information below or at denisedt.com/bootcamp. But I really highly recommend that you look at all of the people who are around you and see how they are influencing your money blocks right now. If you are interested in Money Bootcamp, you know that whatever stage you're at, there's going to be somebody there who will celebrate you, whether your goal is to make $1 million or to quit your day job. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to have groups like that and to surround yourself with people who are successful. Hey, you know what? If you don't know anyone who's got an abundance mindset, it's going to feel really lonely and hard for you to do that. You're going to just think it's normal to have money blocks. Okay, remember, you're the only one responsible for how you think about things, and you are responsible for your money blocks. Okay, if you want to go to the next stage and you've been looking for a mentor, I want to tell you a bit more about my Money Bootcamp. We focus on clearing your money blocks, your sabotages, and give you permission to earn more and create a first-class life. As I said, you can click below and find out all the information. You can read the curriculum and the testimonials. And I just want to say, I know it is a life-changing program. It continually surprises me, and to see the results that people get. It is so much fun to talk about money with so many amazing people. Now, of course, there are a lot of courses that you can do to overcome these blocks I've talked about, but unfortunately, most of them haven't been proven, as evidenced by the few testimonials, or there are actually a lot of broke money mindset teachers out there. I only teach what I put into practice in my own life, and I have the result and the bank account to prove it. More importantly, I have money blocks as well. Everything we've spoken about today is something that I have gone through myself, and I continually still work on my money blocks. So please do not feel like you're alone. So if you want to clear your money blocks and you want to work with me further this year, then come and join us. We actually have live monthly coaching calls every month this year, and I would love to see you there. Click below and send me a message with the word bootcamp, and I'll get you all the details. You don't have to do this alone. I look forward to helping you transform your money mindset so you can have the business and life you know you deserve. If you're ready for a lifestyle of true wealth, freedom, and the ability to make a real difference in the world, then your next step is to send me a message and we'll get you registered today. It's your time and you're ready for the next step.